Bueno, bienvenidos nuevamente al canal. Esta vez ya estamos bastante avanzados ya con las rondas, ya estamos en los playoffs. Estamos esta vez en top 16. Ya hicimos, bueno, top 32, top 64. Acá tenemos a jugando al Labrynth contra David jugando Runick. Runick puro puede ser. 7A4 y paz. Interesante. Un cruce erradicador epidémico acá contra el Runick. Puede ser desastroso. Bueno, está quedando poco, está quedando esto, todo 16. Top 8, top 4 y la final nomás para subir y narrar. Empieza, bueno, empezó a jugar Labrynth, setió 4, pasó. Jugador Runick vemos que activó el campo, luego activó una carta de Runick, invocó el Hugin. Perfecto, va a activar el campo para robar uno. Ok, claro. Lo tiene todo. Un gozo.
And this might be very impactful here because doesn't seem like as David started things off with a strong hand. You have to assume.
Ok, no es solo Runick, sino que es Runick con Spright, me pareció. No lo ponen en la descripción, pero es Runick con Spright. Veremos cómo es. No, Spright Jet.
The reason is to chain that is because on resolution of the chain, the Gozen match will then resolve, and at that point you have to send away one of the monsters. And by chaining, it means that on the new chain you can activate the jet by picking the dark attribute as your attribute of choice for the rest of that. We've got skill drain. I didn't tell you it was full combo. Fair enough.
Post match, skill drain. Bien.
Skill drain is draining all of the skills match up here by a mere 1000 life point cost, and it's going to be a grind here for Urban.
Jet no va a buscar.
Activate any of our Labrynth cards to access some engine to start applying pressure.
¿Qué podrá hacer? No sé.
Obviously, the Runick deck has some engine outs to this with 3 copies of Runick Tip and Destruction, but it doesn't seem like David has access to
los Spright también los hechizos no hacen mucho. Antes que pase, welcome, ok. Y ok, una Starlight. De la mano. Una Starlight. Y ya para las cartas, sí, no hay mucho para hacer ahí. Porque ya con la skill drain la gozo. Y esto que mucho que no pega mucho. Vamos al duelo 2. Ok, pero vamos para atrás. Que me adelanté mucho. Oh, un poco de spoiler ahí. Ahí se me carga. Ok, acá empieza. Bien. Este duelo 2. Ahí vimos que no solamente es ahí arreglan las instrucciones, solo Runick ni Runick Spright, sino Runick for Hire con Spright. ¿No? Runick for Hire Spright, como creo yo, ¿no? No sé. Runick for Hire.
And we talked about this also. I think the consistency of this deck is, I think, slightly less consistent as the Runick Life Twin, but it's more explosive on one hand. Yeah. And I think here he started things off very well with the dig. So let's see if he can put up,
empezó con dos fácil dig.
But having the Runick as well would be very powerful.
Buscador, que no es una fortuna.
On the other hand, still, as you mentioned, there's the Sphere mode in Juho's deck, which might help him out a lot. But it seems like as David drew into a full monster hand. Yeah, and all of the full wires as well. Double fossil dig and the beat. Wow.
Bien.
Yeah, ideally these are the cards you want to start tutoring out of your
deck. Normal, después se invoca especial, ¿no?
Still going to be able to achieve some sort of an infield here, but yeah, these are typically cards that you want to start searching from your deck rather than opening here, so not a complete optimal start from Dev, especially after being drained and frozen in game number 1.
Okay, now we see an interesting card played by every single deck this weekend. The rookie is obviously masked, but playing a second target is somewhat useful. It's basically a monster reborn for
se buscó ahí la Mission for Hire por rápido. Y busco el Rex SC. Algo así, se llama ese, lo otro. Bien.
And we talked a little bit about this before. I suppose like this was one of the major disadvantages, I suppose, of the for hire deck compared to the
Creo que
Life
jugar la
deck.
vez, yo creo que tenga
While it does have so much
interrupciones.
explosive power and multiple draws,
No,
it's
capaz que
just
sí.
not
Capaz
as
que
fluid between the two
no
archetypes
vimos
as
qué
we like
variante
them
está
are.
jugando.
Could be a double-edged sword, I mean, in that sense.
Yeah, especially against
Si
Labrynth,
es
I
la
feel
variante
like
con
the
los,
Runick
usa los
edge is
muebles
more
o
important,
la
like,
variante
really
con
passes
solo
that to be able to win the ground game.
muchas
And here,
trampas.
interestingly enough, I think we see a sprint that
Aunque
will
hacen
activate the
sprint.
effect to send yet another target that you can special summon back
Spright
with the Mayhem, for
sprint.
example, which is why he's playing the second copy of
Más efecto para
Full
ser
Iron
foolish,
spell in
¿no?
his deck.
Situations like these, it does help to play, some of the extra cards like the Mayhem, as you mentioned, just because if you do draw the one-off target, then you have something else to work out in your favor as well. And the level 2 scent is Dompa here, which is a key component of
Manda
accessing
un
Folgo,
nivel 2,
as that lets
nivel
you
12,
pop a face-up
Dompa.
card that your opponent controls and draw in the process. Now we're going to activate the Dino Rex from the graveyard here to special out the Dompa.
Yeah, but I think he
Puede
requires
invocar el Dompa, activando el otro. ¿No te pasó
and he
ahí?
cannot do it, as you can see. He requires a Furier to be activated. The judge
Okay,
luckily
okay.
catches it, and it doesn't really matter because he has access to the Mayhem. I think I would have gone for the Dompa, but I mean, it doesn't really matter too much.
Esperemos, bueno, ¿qué
Should
es?
work out same way, we just have to use the
Estoy
Mayhem
charlando ahí con el juez un poquito.
instead here after resolving.
Yeah, what he can do now
Mira,
is
ahora sí
obviously
parece
special
que
summoning afterwards
parece que
the
tenía que
Valkyrie
tener un
and essentially
Forja en el
go into
campo o
what
algo de
is
eso.
a smaller pot of duality to just look at the top decks and fish for
Ese es el-
most importantly, I would say.
¿No? El-
Yeah, the synergy is still
Claro,
there
bien,
between the
hombre.
decks, maybe not as much as Life Twin, but there is obviously a lot of connection between the two archetypes here as you are able to draw into
Bueno, espero que
rather
estén
draw between
disfrutando de
each other.
estos
Let's
duelos.
see what he's gonna take from the deck.
No hay
This is
mejor
really
narración,
important.
pero bueno.
Bell, oof, and no Runics yet, but I mean, Bell would be pretty nice. Instead,
Al
no, he goes
menos-
for the Spright Red. Interesting. Probably, yeah, that
Debería
goes back to the
traer-
deck. No,
Yeah, the Ghost
Aprender,
should,
¿no?
be
Como
back
siempre
into
digo,
the deck.
aprender
I'm sure
esto.
that'll be picked up in just a moment.
Conocer un poco más los mazos y bueno, a veces el idioma es complicado para entender lo que está pasando. Si bien yo no entiendo mucho, o sea, no tengo habilidades narrativas, digamos, para explicar,
Yeah, goes Bell, has
narrar
to
el
be
duelo
shuffled back to the deck.
mejores, pero
Please.
por lo menos una versión española en la vuelta.
Okay, for now,
Nunca
we've
está
got
de
Folgo
menos,
here, and
nunca está de
special
más,
summoning out the Sprite Red as we control a Link 2.
no quieran decirle. Ok, ahora ya bajó el Sprite Red.
Alright, as this conversation happens in the background,
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
gonna fix it in a moment.
¿Qué está pasando? No
so
sé.
do you think Labrynth is decently positioned going second?
I think so. Surprisingly enough, from top decks, usually, back in the day, you would think
Yeah,
they would
interesante,
usually
Labrynth
start
siempre-
first, but thanks to the addition of cards
Lo
such
estuve
as,
probando,
Speed
testeando
Mode,
un tiempo.
obviously Kurikara, Lava Golem, you have a lot of options going second.
Cuando
And,
estuve el
even
regional
if
acá en
that's not
Uruguay.
the case, you can play, I guess not in the center,
una
usually you
semana
can play the
antes,
Deacon
dos
strategy,
semanas
which is
antes
just
estaba
passing,
testeando.
but without any Runics, actually, that doesn't
Que
work
terminé yendo con el grande
Yeah, you
nomás.
can activate any unit cards, but
Pero
we might try and
interesante,
overlay. Yeah,
¿no?
that's what we're going to do. We're going to go into the sprint, utilizing it as a material. XE summoning with Link
Con
monsters.
lo que
Truly
probé,
makes you
lo
wonder, huh?
que probé, me
Alright,
gustó.
special summoning out the deck here for the
Para no
Spright
saber nada.
Runick engine, getting into the blue. And we're going to have a decent setup here of the
Me llama también
jet
la atención
for
que
a
juega
starter
con
aura,
el dragón.
the,
Eso también es bastante
banishing of
interesante.
matters.
Yeah, you can set up,
Lástima que está
Carrot
caro.
alongside it,
Bastante caro.
and overall, the
Labrynth.
goal is pretty clear.
Bueno, ahora vemos que hace Sprite, llega anti-Sprite, efecto anti-Sprite, trae Sprite Blue. Tiene carrot, si trae carrot,
There's a, compared to the Life Twin strategy, I think it's a
Boca
little hard
carrot,
to play
yeah.
around Sphere Mode in this type of, in this version of the deck.
y está,
So we,
y pasa con
looks like
eso.
we're setting up that red.
No.
No Runick cards,
Nada
unfortunately.
de Runick, pero está la golem, sigue la golem, y la bola de Ra.
That's
Okay.
crazy.
All right,
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, Sphere mode going second and
Oh,
prosperity.
prosperity
What a
follow-up.
brutal start to this match from
Huge.
Yeah.
Qué buena carta
Yeah,
de
that's
la bola de Ra.
fantastic, yep. So, Pot of Prosperity, gonna dig for 6 here. Not
Más
the deck
aún
that you
para
would
estos
typically
decks.
deck in, and
Labrynth.
you're happy to rid yourself of 6 cards from extra to
Esto de
rely on
trampa.
the lovely ladies as well as
Y
the
nos
trap
muestra acá
cards.
la
Let's
host.
see what we can pick up here off the top.
Carísima la carta, ¿no? Está
So,
como
yeah,
60
it's a
dólares,
pretty
60,
bad
70,
situation because not
por
only
ahí.
have you like extended into Sphere Mode, necessarily,
Yeah.
but also because it wasn't like the full combo that also
Yeah,
had the
6
follow-up.
sí,
My only
ok.
concern, as
Super
mentioned,
Poly,
wow, and a lot of interesting pickups was if you
Gosen,
go for this line instead, you're gonna have
Nick
the Carrot
Welcome o
field instead of
Welcome,
a
uno de
Bell.
esos dos,
So using a
Ariana.
Sphere mode, you could still hold the bell to at least slow them down, and I think that was worth considering from Day.
Potentially,
Yo
but
no
at the
sé,
same
le
time,
quitalo a la
Sphere
Super Poly, el
is-
monstruo, no
it's
sé,
a
no
very
vi cuál es.
specific card that you would have to know your opponent's playing, right?
I mean, I
Y
guess
después
you
al lado
probably
de
expect
Ariana
like this Lava
está
Golem does the same, those kind of
Lovely
cards
Lady,
probably
algo
are
así.
there.
Yeah.
But I mean, or super polymerization as we are seeing, I guess.
La que se juega
Now,
uno.
interestingly enough, we actually
El
go for
deck.
Ariana. Wow. Because
Alright.
you already
Normal
normal
de
summon
Ariana,
the-
efecto.
Yeah, we can normal
Yeah,
summon
yeah.
actually. Juho has.
Wow.
Sí, de verdad.
Yeah.
He's really whiffed that. That's
Se olvidó,
unfortunate. Yeah.
se olvidó que no podía hacer normal.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ah.
You can really see the frustration there, not realizing
Qué
what he's done
bueno.
now.
Bueno, se equivocó ahí porque intentó hacer normal, pero la bola de RAL le gasta la normal. Y que la perspectiva agarró eso y se olvidó. Se olvidó. Bueno, se nota la frustración ahí porque tenía otra, tenía la Gosen, tenía Paul y Nabucco, pero bueno, cosa del juego, pasa a veces.
Did have an option to pick it up potentially alongside the Prosperity, so curious to see what
Los
this
errores
card is.
pasan.
Yeah, this is really rough because he set himself
Y
back
es parte del
in
juego.
turn now.
Yeah, and now obviously Sphere Mode can be used to make the Donner potentially.
Okay, sadly not using Sphere Mode's effect, but we'll see that one day, I'm sure.
Yep, and Donner comes down, obviously.
Perdón, esto va a romper una carta, ¿no?
Played by a lot of different decks, such as even Kashtira, but
Se rompe así una carta que tiene él y otra carta del oponente, algo así.
Yeah, really versatile as a card, you know, played in many
Está
other
acá.
decks just outside
Depende de lo que
of
tenga seteado, podemos ver si
no, not really. There's
No, you can just use
junta
it.
las cartas del juego Labrynth.
yeah, there you go. So, lots of you know, ways to utilize Donner.
But in general, any monster, even against, you know, when, for example, they give you a monster with Mannequin Cat.
Está que no. El efecto que pensé que iba a hacer no era el que yo dije. De una forma invoca dos, no sé cómo, pero invocó dos ahí. Ahí el juez hace una corrección.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
I think we're just verifying something on the Folgo here from the Donner.
Yeah. No, it can be summoned because it doesn't say in defense, so you can totally do it. It's only Mayhem that special summon back in defense. And wow, here we see one of the cards from the side deck, which is the Spell Trap Negation. And the useless copy of Rookie in the end can now actually be used to
negate this Runick, sí.
card. Yeah. So now he's gonna go and negate it with the Wiz, discarding this Rookie, and then he's gonna be able to draw 3 cards. Crazy stuff.
Is it even worth chaining Welcome, do you think?
Let me read Wiz 1 second, because I don't know if it destroys.
Y ahí llega 4 de arriba del deck. Un Lord, una esfera de Ra, una Super Poli y no sé qué más.
No, it's still destruction.
Bien, manqueó ahí el jugador, se olvidó. Cosa que pasa cuando se quiso hacer un normal de arena. Pero bueno. Al menos no va a morir este turno porque no puede pegar. Yo activo el carta de Runick.
This is a nice one. Usually it only reveals
Pero
1
bueno.
or 2 cards. Now it's going to be able to reveal 3 off the top. And
oh, another Ash Blossom.
Ash is great.
And we have Runick access too.
Ash y más cartas Runick. Runick tip, ¿no? Creo que la que más conozco, además del campo, ¿no? El campo lo conoce todo el mundo. Ok, se agarra Ash.
Deny your opponent of any access to their engine.
Yeah, I totally like it. Because the thing is, Rafale and Weeds both represent, you know, monster and spell and trap negation. That you discard the Rex, and once in graveyard, the Rex can be used. So that's a great combo. You can even make a mass.
Ahora, ¿qué va a hacer?
Let's see. I mean, you have a few options here.
Va a hacer Link, va a hacer Macarena, algo de eso. No tengo idea.
Or digging for that Ariana instead. That misplay really cost them now.
The only thing that I am not a big
Link
fan of
2,
is once you set up the
o va a
Weeds,
ser
they don't activate
Gigantic,
everything.
o
So why did we
Link.
not just enter battle phase and try to OTK? And if they activate that, we just negate it with the Wiz, you know? Instead, he went for
Link
the
para
Runick destruction,
hacer
kind of greedy, I
Macarena,
guess, trying to draw free.
Ah, no.
We could have just gone for game.
Yeah, because there was definitely no Runick's activated turn 1, right?
Yep.
Bueno, estaba contento porque
So,
pude ver la jugada que se podía hacer. Algo que estoy aprendiendo, pero no sé, parece que no va a ser Macarena.
Can't blame David, obviously. I'm pretty sure he felt devastated after
Oh,
that
sí.
Sphere mode. He
Sí,
already
no.
imagined himself losing Chuo swiftly, and now instead he's back on track and actually on driver's
Ok, está pensando bastante.
Not just how you build your deck, not just how you play your cards, but also keeping your composure, especially this
No sabe si ir por la Macarena.
on the line, so much to play for, and I bet that this
Ok, termino yendo por
My
el
question is, with 3 cards in hand, we know one is
Purhire ahí.
your opponent does not set anything else. Do you expect a second Sphere mode?
I think there's a world where that happens,
I
right?
mean, there should be a world when that happens, but okay. Now
Ok,
we see
efecto
the
de
lady, but I think
Lady
actually
para invocarse.
cannot.
Because he negated the trap, right? Yeah.
Just check if there's a difference between negating the
Activation
effect and the
was
activation.
negated, or the effect.
Yeah, definitely negates activations.
Yeah.
Ok. ¿Qué pasó ahí? No sé. ¿Hay algo mal ahí?
It seems to have been spotted. No,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah,
Que le negó la activación.
Yeah, there you go. They're just clarifying this here with
Yeah.
the Wiz effect on the.
Yeah, the activation of the welcome was negated, and as you can see, he couldn't
Okay.
use the lady.
No puede bajar la Lady
But luckily
entonces.
now they fixed it, and we are back with Ariana being normal summoned.
Tuve un error ahí y porque le negó la
Okay,
activación
so with the normal
con...
summon of the Ariana, we can go into our deck here and look for Another copy potentially, and it,
Ok.
okay.
Le dieron un game loss, me parece.
We can go back to us while they
Sí.
fix the situation.
No,
Yeah, obviously, I mean, they gotta
I think that was a game loss.
No,
Sí.
it's not. I mean, they gotta talk to their judge before, obviously.
I just saw the fist bump and I assumed it was over.
No, it's not.
They're just saying hi.
Yeah, they're just friendly match
Ok.
going on, but obviously
Parece que va a ser
we had a similar thing
un game loss.
from Duo. It will be
Que le van a dar
obviously,
ahí, porque se
reviewed by the
equivocó
judge
dos
whether
veces
it's an
ahí.
upgrade, as you mentioned, into a
Le
game
van a
loss,
dar un
or
game
like
loss.
a PA minor for illegal activation or whatever you want to call it. But in the meantime, they
Veremos
will
qué
have to
pasa.
wait for the
Parece
call.
que sí,
What
ahora
do
sí
you guys think of
saludaron.
how this matchup is developed?
Bueno, vamos a aprovechar acá
In
para ver
there
acá
with Marco, and
cómo
on the other
iba
end we have
todo.
some other familiar names. Mario, another Italian player,
Marco Petelli
lost,
jugando rica.
and so we didn't have another,
No,
top
mano, lo
16 old
conozco.
Italian battle, I guess.
We've got
Creo
a
que
world
no.
competitor in there, Lorenzo Roma,
No.
classic from
Sigamos, entonces vamos al
2015,
duelo
I
nomás.
went to Worlds.
At the same time, yeah, Ryan.
Por acá.
And so we are
Perfecto.
heading into game number 3, where hopefully they will now lose some tension and really focus on what
Quedan
to
23
do.
minutos. Sí, parece que sí, dieron game loss. Nomás. En el segundo, bueno, el torneo de la segunda, al menos que se
All
que
right, we are in
hicieron
game 3, the
transmisión,
final
digamos,
of
duelo
this top
que
16 matchup.
hay en
Who
game
advance
loss.
one step closer to the world championship into top 8.
Vimos el Bestial Dragon, que tuvo un game loss también, jugando justamente contra la Machine.
Do we see an Ash Blossom come down?
Y ahora tenemos el
Doesn't seem like it.
jugador
So
Labrynth también
a lot of different
teniendo
options already.
Good choices all around.
I like
Good
them all.
choices all
Yeah.
around.
teniendo
I like them all. Give
un
them
game
all
loss.
to me. Yeah.
Oh, goes for the Lord. Okay. All right, so
Bien.
Joe must have quite a heavy back row hand here to be able to pick up this Lord here with
Bueno,
protection
cosa que
effect.
pasa.
All of your set cards cannot be destroyed by
Wow.
card effects.
Oh wow, full combo.
Se te da
Full
4
combo this time around, and we could see
y
an
pasa
indicator
un
as
combo.
soon as the draw phase potentially, depending on what he has faced down.
Yeah, it's the Lord of the Heavenly Prison, incredible card
La
here.
pluma no puede
Based
hacer
upon
nada.
4 control / stun decks with the
Normal de
ability
un
to drain
file,
your
skill
opponent
drain.
and protect it,
Crazy.
protect the set cards from being destroyed here.
But
Chain
there is the
destruction.
destruction.
Do we have
Cadena de
judgment?
destrucción.
Oh, we do.
Y ahí está la Solemn
Oh,
Judgment.
Judgment has come
Wow.
down here. Half of the life points
Okay.
being paid here. I think I would pay 7,999 life points at this stage.
Fair
Incredible.
enough.
Actually, no, because skill drain costs us. That wouldn't really work. Anyway, yeah, no, Judgment protects the skill drain from the Runick destruction. Do you get the Lord
Bien.
on resolution? Or you
Ok,
can probably just
así que le encadenó Runick Destruction para destruir el Skill Drain y la Solemn Judgment ahí.
But this is a brutal start.
Así que
game 3 from 2.
está
Yeah, I think
protegida de
there's
esa
a big
Skill
bubble
Drain.
back there as well. It's really strong. So skill drain, very difficult card for this deck to handle.
Tendrá otra cosa para hacer.
Spright blue, just
Yeah.
our extra deck first.
I think what's happening is also they're clarifying whether a second copy, if it sees in the end, can be activated, and that's totally the case. The activation was negated, so if David has a second Runick Destruction, he can just use it now. So
Yeah,
that's
very
totally
important
fine.
nuances in modern Yu-Gi-Oh for people to
Tenía
pay attention to.
activación,
Activations
lo que están
and
diciendo,
effects are
y
different.
entonces si
You
tiene
can
otra para
use
poder
this
activar,
card once
puede
per turn, and some
activarlo.
card will say you can only activate this card once per turn. If you negate the effect of a card that says activate, then you can't use a second one, but if a card has its activation negated, then you can use a second one.
And here we see a Spright blue,
A
obviously.
no ser que
not really
diga que
using
se puede
the
usar
effect.
solo uno por turno,
And
uno o
goes-
dos.
that is indeed full combo. Yeah.
Complicado.
Oh,
This is
wow.
this is pick your hand
Resuelve.
top territory, right? Judgment, Drain goes in, Lord,
Heavily,
and
y pega
now you see the
el-
Labrynth card, I suppose.
By the way, if we haven't special
Declara
summoned it,
ataque.
I'm assuming that's a
There's
card
another
you can
set,
use.
yeah. All right,
And
wow.
this does not really matter.
Folks,
¿Le pegó, no? ¿O no pegó?
That's if
Yeah.
we did have a big welcome, maybe it would have been
Sí,
worth
le pegó
something, but
con-
doesn't seem like it. All the way down to 24
con Spright Blue,
2400
Windows.
points.
It is a big welcome, so
There it
did
is.
he end this turn? Oh, and there is a Ghost
Ghost
Bell.
Bell,
And
okay,
this
Ghost
is
Bell.
huge because Ghost Bell negates activation. And this could be another huge
Entonces,
mishap
claro.
by Zhu. If he doesn't top deck into anything, he cannot use the Heavenly,
No
which he
puede
could have used
usar-
before. Wow, this is a huge risk, and he
Ok,
does
se
not.
te da uno,
Probably picks
pasa,
up on
¿no?
Ariana, but wow,
All
this
right.
is coming down to the
Okay,
wire.
Set cards
okay.
with 2400 life points, deadly low, but in full control of the field for the most part here.
Bien, al
Yeah,
tirarle
we'll have to try and
la...
eventually see some engine
El Ghost
very,
Bell no
very
pudo
soon
bajar el Lord.
because David is just one top deck away from a tip, a destruction, or even any potential side deck cards.
Parece que la puede dar, depende del hermano.
The thing is, you can just go for life points damage at this point.
Pero-
Only 2400 left.
Le quedan solo 24 puntos de
I
vida.
don't think you attack the set card, right?
I mean,
Oh, he goes for it,
Okay.
okay.
Cool.
and yeah,
Cool.
it's,
Lash.
There it is, 1800 defense, 700 damage.
which
So-
just imagine it the other way around. I think, yeah, that could have been enough.
Se te da uno y
Set
pasa.
card in passing,
Mm.
Lord hides itself back again. Did we draw a card to set? Did we see another prosperity? Lots of good.
Y
Oh,
pasa.
keeps the
No.
card in
Mm.
hand. Wow.
All right, potentially a hand trap.
And now if we draw any monster,
A
we can
ver,
just
a
make
ver,
a
a ver,
fall
a
go
ver.
and attack over it, I guess. But if obviously they need to, with the goals and match restriction, it's tough to achieve such a thing.
Well,
But
goes at dark, right?
yeah, but the problem is
Yeah, we're gonna
obviously,
have we're gonna need
Vale,
having
multiple.
three darts with different types and stuff.
No hará nada de pasar el turno. Lástima que no tenga las cartas Runick para usar.
Oh, and I see a Nash
Oh,
and a
sí.
Bell in the end from David.
Yeah, it's feeling kind of rough for Juho to eventually get to a welcome. I'm not sure how consistent that's going to be. We're in for a long game 3 here, I feel.
Absolutely, and this would be
Veremos.
all over if you just activate
Quedan
the
16
Heavenly
minutos todavía.
goals and resolution.
Queda tiempo.
How do you think that was? Just holding as long as possible to just
Yeah,
a bit greedy?
I think he was
suppose?
probably not thinking about Bell. It was
Tiene-
like if Ash was activated, he could have, for the same reason
Esa
that you
carta,
explained,
no sé cuál
difference
es.
between activate and use, he could have gone for that. But now he goes for the rookie. which obviously
I think that's an illegal activation.
Yeah, so it should also get his own warning, I guess. Hopefully not an upgraded one as well.
Yeah, so I mean, you would hypothetically be able to do that and summon a different attribute if you had a target in your deck.
No puede.
I don't think there's any dark
Ok, ¿qué pasó ahí? No sé.
Alright, well, this is a real nail biter here. There is so much at stake, and this has ground to a halt. This duel is in a stalemate right now. Both players
No sé qué pasó acá.
not really capable of doing much. David Erpin is
Sé que no, esa carta no la puede activar, entonces
Yeah, and
a ver
in
qué
the
van a
meantime,
decir.
Once again, I think we can go back to us while we wait for the decision.
A ver qué pasó.
Okay, we've got a little
Ok, complicado ahí.
So as we are
A ver
going
qué
through
pasa.
this game 3, obviously the tension is palpable as these duelists are giving it their all to give an advance to the top
Ok,
8,
veremos qué
where
pasa.
they will have a chance
Mira
to
acá,
play
porque no hay más
just a
duelo,
single match for the
entonces
World Championship. And
acá
as the situation
pasó algo.
is, obviously we had an amazing start from Ju, who
Entonces,
unfortunately was stopped in
mientras
his track by a Ghost Bell that is actually pretty
vamos a
much
ver qué dice.
kind of a stalemate in which neither of players are
Porque
able to advance with additional end traps in the end from
bueno,
David with an
va a terminar medio raro
and
este
a lot of
duelo.
ways to stop his opponent from
Me
playing,
parece.
but a face down Ash saving Ju
Me
with
parece que es activación ilegal,
defense points,
le va
I
a
guess.
dar
It's literally
una game
ending on
loss
to
al
this World
jugador. Ya
Championship
viene con
with
una
that
sanción
defense.
antes,
Both players
entonces
just sitting
debería
here,
tener.
no options really available to him.
Y
You're
que van a dar
top
una
deck
game
after top
loss.
deck. And
En
yeah,
un
it's such
duelo,
a stressful
dos game loss.
situation
Ok,
here, especially now that an ongoing judge call. We'll keep you updated with that as
bien,
information comes through.
Absolutely, because as we
veremos.
witnessed, unfortunately in game Ju was upgraded to a
¿Qué
game
dicen
loss, and that's
ellos?
how he lost the second game. But now the situation is reversed, and it's unfortunately David
Sí,
who lost
ok,
to that play. What happened unfortunately
ok,
was,
le
as we
dieron la
saw,
game
that
loss.
he activated his own Runick card, or rather, sorry, the Runick Rookie Furier, when he couldn't do to the Gozen match. And unfortunately, he also had a previous warning, which was just upgraded
Bien.
by the judge to a game lost.
Ok, entonces lo que pasó fue que ella tenía una warning antes y ahora activó de forma ilegal una carta y ahí te ven todos los jueces siempre, ¿no? Entonces, le hicieron lo mismo que el otro jugador, el jugador Labrynth. Lo que fue que tenía una warning ya, se equivocó una vez, y la segunda le dieron la game loss y bueno, lo mismo aplicó para el jugador Runick y terminó perdiendo, le dieron la game loss. Bueno, extraño, nunca vi en un mismo duelo, en duelo 1 te va a ganar uno, duelo 2 una game loss y el duelo 3 otra game loss. Entonces bueno, terminamos perdiendo ahí.
Disappointing to see when a stream match ends like that, but the rules are the rules and the
Claro.
tournament policy is in place for
Pero
a
bueno,
reason.
And that's how it is. And
nada
to
que
be
ver
fair,
con
at
lo
the
que
same
veníamos
time,
mirando, pero
obviously
bueno,
for the show, that's not the best part.
errores que
I gotta
pasan,
say it's fair because the same
Hasta
exact
aquí.
penalty happened in game 2, so it would
hay que estar claro, pero bueno, hasta, bueno, vamos a dejarlo por acá, sí, y esto era top 16, se viene el top 8.